There you go. What a great career she had at Notre Dame, and now at Swim Med.
So here comes the finalists in the women's 400 IM. And Katie Hoff is still the American record holder, but she is no longer the U.S. Open record holder. Katika Hosu set that record this morning during prelims. That defines the fastest swim ever in U.S. waters. And that's what Katika Hosu did this morning with her 4:31.07, fastest time in the world this year. About a half second off her, around actually 7/10 off her personal best. So if we take a look now at the 9 swimmers in this final field, Selena Lee is emerging. There she is. Selena Lee in lane 1, 8th in the NCAAs last year in the 400. Marnie Oldershaw, 20-year-old, Club Wolverine. Of course, representing Canada, she was 6th in the Commonwealth Games last year. Lindsay Clary, familiar name, 19-year-old from Ohio State in lane 3. The very familiar Caitlin Leverance, very good 200 IM swimmer, stretching it out here in the 400. Hosu, who has just been dominant once again in the Arena Pro Swim Series all year. She'll be obviously in lane 5. Emily Overholt, the 17-year-old Canadian, her second final tonight. Another 17-year-old, again, this often a sport for the young. This event, rather, for the young. Becca Mann in 7, Madison Cox, the 20-year-old in lane 8, and Virginia Bardock from Argentina in lane 9. 4 teenagers out of the 9 finalists.
Well, you're right about an event for the young, no doubt about that. And that's why it's so unusual to see so many veterans in the front now, starting with Hosu, who's 26 years of age, Leverance 24. Faisal is probably 23, 24 years of age.
Faisal not here. Maya Dorado is here, not swimming. They are the 2 that will swim this in Kazan in the United States.
You and I had a chance to talk to Katika before the finals tonight, and when we asked her whether she was surprised, she said she was just hoping she went 4:35. Remember, she said, gosh, if I was going 4:35, I felt pretty good. That's what it felt like, a 4:35. And she said, Rowdy, you know me, I don't really get too excited after race. And when I looked up and saw 4:31, I gave a big fist pump thinking, wow, I can't believe I went that fast.
Well, yeah, and it was, in fact, the 10th fastest swim of all time in this distance. So the question is obvious. Can you do that twice in a day? Is there enough time to reload?
For her, yes, because she just seems to be doing it time and time again over the last couple years. She just loads and reloads every single race. She put in a great 200 freestyle just about an hour and a half ago to lead off the competition. Now here she is. And remember, she swam the 200 freestyle before the 400 in the prelims too, and still went 4:31 flat. You said fastest time in the world this year by over a second, and that's the prelims. She just hit in the prelims.
Katika Hosu made the Olympics in Athens representing Hungary as a 15-year-old. So next year at 27, she will try, well, certainly to be a 4-time Olympian.
Certainly one thing that she's got to get over the hump with is an Olympic medal, Ted. As great of a swimmer as she is, and as great of a career she has had, she has never won an Olympic medal. You know, she won 3 gold medals last summer at the World Championships. Actually, check that, 2 gold medals and a bronze at last summer's, or excuse me, 2 years ago at the World Championships, but never won a medal. And like it or not, fair or not, that's what your career is judged on. It's not judged on the world records you break. It's not judged on the world championships you win. You're judged on Olympic medals.
4.6 seconds ahead of Emily Overholt, who was at that turn at 200. So what puts her over the top? And is this the race that does it for her?
Well, this is certainly her best race, along with the 200 IM. These are her 2 best races. And it proves again why she is no doubt the best all-around swimmer in the world today. And she was voted World Swimmer of the Year by FINA last year, even though Katie Ledecky, Swimming World Magazine, voted her World Swimmer of the Year, as I did. Katie Ledecky definitely deserved World Swimmer of the Year. Ledecky broke several world records. won many, many champions. Hosu did not break one world record, even though she had a great summer. I'm not saying she didn't have a wonderful year last year. I didn't think she deserved the World Swimmer of the Year. But the one thing that she's got to do is win the gold medal. She can win all the world titles she wants to this summer, but she's got to win the gold next summer. That's where it's going to really count.
See, breaststroke like Caitlin Leverage making up some ground, but not enough to threaten Hosu. Leverage turning at second, and Overholt is third.
Hosu's going to be slower than she went in the prelims. Which is probably not surprising. You know, when we were talking to her, she said she really wanted to lay a foundation, having a great 400 IM in the prelims, and really just going for the win. She's going to be the victor of the Arena Pro Swim Series. Will win that $10,000 in cash. Won't win the BMW. That will go to an American that has an American driver's license. And that will actually go to Caitlin Leverage.
Yes,
right?
Yes, it will.
Who's having a good swim, by the way.
And Katinka Hosu, and that's another part of her story. She was just in Europe last week. She does this a lot. She travels in immense.
That's unbelievable. I mean, everywhere I turn, she's somewhere in the world swimming. And almost on a weekly basis. That's why it's so impressive that somehow or another, jet lag just does not affect this young lady.
All right, so it'll be an easy victory. Again, not quite the record-setting time of this morning. But you know what? That's still the fourth fastest time of the year, 4:34.04. So the first this morning, the fourth tonight.
Two back-to-back solid 400 IMs. That is so hard to double up in. Little wave to the crowd, and her husband, her coach, is here and always travels with her. But boy, that's just two solid swims. Great exchanges she has from back to breast. Here's the halfway point. By far, you knew that this was never in any doubt. Just coming off the prelims alone, she was 12 seconds ahead, or excuse me, 9 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Look at that breaststroke from underwater. Really slams those heels together. Gets so much out of her kick. Great extension out front. Good feel for the water. Another brilliant freestyle leg of this race. She can do it all. She swims a great butterfly champion. Freestyle, we saw what she did earlier, getting second in the freestyle, and now bringing it home, winning this race going away. Good swim by Leverage, even though she just got beat by Overholt for second. 4:39, good job in getting under 4:40 for Caitlin Leverage.
There it is. So 17-year-old Emily Overholt did a good job to come in second, and Caitlin Leverage does take third. But now let us congratulate Katinka Hosu, a U.S. Open record swim, fastest time in the world this morning. You come back fourth fastest in the world tonight. That's some impressive double, Katinka.
Oh, thank you very much. In the morning, I definitely felt great. I'm a bit jet lagged, so this afternoon felt like prelims, but still happy with it.
I was just talking about that. The amazing part of that about you, Katinka, is the fact that you do this all over the world, almost on a weekly basis. How do you fight that jet lag?
Honestly, I guess I know what to expect, and I try not to have any excuses. That's probably the thing that I try not to think about how I feel, and I try to execute.
Well, you executed that one perfectly. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katinka. Katinka Hosu, she has been so dominant in these IMs, and she was again in Santa Clara. The men take their turn next.